Hi, this is Robbie Krieger with The Doors from the Inside, and we're back in 1967.
Jack Holzman, founder and president of Elektra Records in 1967.
The world was nervous and on edge, and the music was propelling people's minds and psyches into unknown territory. 500,000 servicemen were bogged down in the big muddy of Vietnam with only the PX and their music to remind them of home. And stateside, every mother's son knew he could be next.
President Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Our government is united in its determination to take all necessary measures in support of freedom and in defense of peace in Southeast Asia.
They joined student demonstrations. The chants of, "Hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today?" filled the air. To this generation of war babies, music was their international language, and the Doors were fast becoming their own subversive code. The Doors' first album, incubated from years of living and lots of work in small LA clubs, included a lot of everything that people were looking for. It was that rare beast, an album and a group that got it right from the very start. Literate and eerie, the Doors demonstrated that this generation could both think and boogie at the same time.
The Doors had almost broken through to the other side when their performance of The End on stage at the Whiskey got them fired, so they tried to get booked at Gazzari's down the street. Bill Gazzari remembers.
They kept asking if they could come in and play. So I said, well, Jim, you got to wear shoes to come in here. I mean, it's a must. Anyway, he'd hit me up a couple of days later, and be the same routine. He said, well, we want to audition. So I said, well, you remember what I told you, So I leaned over the counter, and he had his foot in there, and he had one shoe on. So I walked around the counter, and I seen he didn't have a shoe on the other foot. I said, what'd you do, lose a shoe? He said, no, I found one, so I could get in.
One of AM radio's most important DJs then and now, Humble Harv, relates how Light My Fire finally saturated the airwaves.
Break On Through didn't break on through for the Doors as their first single, but there were strong indications that FM radio and the public had already chosen Light My Fire as the Doors' initial anthem. Elektra Records had a long problem. The record was 7 minutes long.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Yeah. You know that it will be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on 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 fire.
No way was AM radio about to play a 7-minute track. AM radio demanded an edited, shortened version of the song, and Elektra Records acceded to their demands despite the artistic objections of the Doors.
Doors keyboardist Ray Manzarek relates how record producer Paul Rothchild had to convince the band that the edited version of the song would be a great 3-minute single.
We want Light My Fire. Give us a short version of Light My Fire that we can play on the AM radio. I said, well, what the hell are we supposed to do? Paul said, let's edit the thing. I said, we'll edit, it's impossible. He said, wait, I've got an idea.
No time to wallow in the mire.
God, I don't believe it. What has he done? Paul cut out the entire organ solo, the entire guitar solo, and I thought, I hate this. This is the worst thing I have ever heard in my life. But it works. What can I say? And Robbie said, I hate that. You can't cut out my guitar solo. He said, it works. What can we say? It works.
Jack Holzman explains the behind-the-scenes planning it took to help bring the Doors to national prominence.
As president of Elektra, I had made a strategic decision to release no other records in January of 1967. The Doors would be our push act. They were potentially the most important group we ever had, and we were backing our bet. In their Los Angeles home market, we tried something never done before, a billboard to promote a record group.
Lou Irwin.
I know that there had not been a music billboard on the Sunset Strip. My reaction was, this really is kind of a strange way of using billboards. I mean, you can't hear a billboard. Nobody had really heard of the Doors at that time.
It was Elektra's notice to the music industry that we were really committed to the group.
The strategy worked.
When the 3-minute single version of Light My Fire hit the AM playlist, it let loose with both barrels. And 67 was a great year for records.
Tell it like it is. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Don't you want somebody to love?
Come on, baby, light my fire.
When the dust settled and the year-end results were in, the #1 spot went to Robbie Krieger's composition Light My Fire, certified #1 by Billboard magazine, then the Bible of the broadcasting industry.
Try to set the night on fire.
Hi, this is Robbie Krieger, and you are listening to The Doors from the Inside.
We're back in 1967 with the Doors from the Inside. Jack Holzman.
If people were strange, the times were stranger still. Global circumstances were strange, and strange was common ground. During those strange days, even Mellow Yellow, a lighthearted song by Donovan, caused the FDA to investigate the alleged hallucinogenic effects of smoking dried banana peels.
Jim Morrison talks about the atmosphere the Doors created.
We definitely do generate an atmosphere or a mood which might be characterized as an awareness of the strange, that something's wrong, something's not quite right.
The Doors asked Elektra Records art director Bill Harvey to visually capture what a strange day looked like for their album cover.
I took a taxi cab driver and I said, for $5, will you stand over there and blow a trumpet? Because he had on this battered old hat, and I thought, he's perfect, you know? And I was looking for these midgets. So I go up to this hotel, very, very old place. You know, we gathered people from all over, and I got a strong man from the circus, and I found an acrobat guy, and we used everybody we could use.
The cover is one shot. It's a wraparound. So if you ripped it open, that's the shot. There's two identical twin midgets. We were blown away by Bill Harvey on that.
That was drummer John Densmore.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. All right, yeah. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. Strange days have found us. Strange days have tracked us down. They're going to destroy our casual joy.
It was becoming more and more apparent that Jim Morrison was a poet of the highest order. Keyboardist Rayman Zarek unravels the riddle of Horse Latitudes.
Horse Latitudes is a poem that Jim wrote actually when he was 16 years old. When ships were coming from the old world to the new world, back in the olden days, bringing horses to the new world, you got stuck in those horse latitudes. They miscalculated and got stuck in the doldrums.
When the still sea conspires in armor, and her sullen and aborted currents breed tiny monsters, true sailing is dead.
It means you can't go. The true sailing, you can't move, because the sullen sea has conspired in armor.
Awkward instant, and the first animal is jettisoned.
Awkward instant. That means, do we throw the horses overboard?
Legs furiously pumping their stiff green gallop, and heads bob up, poised, delicate, pause, consent, in mute nostril agony, carefully refined and sealed over.
And that's mute nostril agony. Mute nostril. The last thing you see of the horse as they go under is his nose. The horse is gone, carefully refined and sealed over.
When the still sea conspires in armor, and her sullen and aborted currents breed tiny monsters, true sailing is dead. Awkward instant, and the first animal is jettisoned. Legs furiously pumping their stiff green gallop, and heads bob up, poised, delicate, pause, consent, in mute nostril agony, carefully refined and sealed over.
In 1967, you couldn't want your MTV. Instead, there were many bandstand shows where a group had to lip sync. Rayman Zarek knew that something was going to have to be done because Jim hated to lip sync, as the following story illustrates.
We did Dick Clark's Malibu U. Jim never made it. He never came to the shoot. I think Jim sensed that it was going to be really lame and just didn't show up. And we go, oh God, man, what are we going to do? Whisper, whisper, whisper. Robbie's brother, Ron, actually portrayed Jim Morrison. Ron, you're going to be Jim. Ron said, what? Come on, man, you got to do this. Nobody say anything. Just refer to Ron from now on for the rest of the day as Jim. And sure enough, man, it worked.
John Densmore explains that for many television appearances, the Doors were often half lip sync and half live.
In a lot of the TV shows, Jim sang live, and the track was the recorded track. I would tape all the cymbals underneath so you couldn't see them. So you whack the cymbal as hard as you want, no sound. And you loosen all the heads on the skin so they turn to papering. So I could play real hard. I would be, lip syncing the drummer.
This is Jack Holzman. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more of The Doors from the inside.
This is The Doors from the inside, the ultimate exploration. The Doors in concert were totally different from their records. It was theater. In this rare but poorly recorded 1970 interview, Jim Morrison reveals how off his leather cuff their set really was.
Well, we have a repertoire of 30 or 40 tunes, and so we usually plan, like in the dressing room before we go on, we usually plan, the first 3 or 4 songs, and then after that we just play it by ear. So we don't really know what we're going to do when we go out there.
Ray Manzarek credits equipment manager Vince Traynor for their dramatic live sound.
Vince Traynor was the Doors' equipment maniac. He built huge monolithic speakers for Jim to sing through. We had the best PA system in America.
Jack Holzman.
Robbie Krieger's musical contribution to the Doors is often overlooked. Songwriter Randy Newman comments on Robbie's composition, Love Me Two Times.
It's just obvious that when I heard it, I said, well, they're smart people here. The kind of concerns they have are somewhat intellectual, philosophy brushed by us. You can hear it. Love me two times, love me two times. That's pretty good.
Love me 2 times, baby. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, girl. I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, girl. 1 for tomorrow, 1 just for today. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 1 time, could not speak. Love me 1 time, yeah, my knees got weak. Love me 2 times, girl. Lost me all through the week. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Oh yeah. Love me 1 time, could not speak. Love me 1 time, baby. Yeah, my knees got weak. Love me 2 times, girl. Lost me all through the week. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, babe. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, babe. 'Cause I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, girl. 1 for tomorrow, 1 just for today. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. You're lost, little girl. You're lost, little girl. You're lost, tell me who are you? Think that you know what to do. Impossible, yes, but it's true.
were lost, little girl. You were lost, tell me who are you?
Remember My Eyes Have Seen You from their first demo tape? Well, it evolved into
Jim often referred to his girlfriend Pam in song. Diane Gardner was especially close to the couple. In fact, her ceiling was their floor.
First time I found out that the Morrisons were living upstairs from me, I was carrying home a sack of groceries, and he was coming up the street, and I thought, oh no, this is a bad dream.
Insider Eve Babbitts explains.
She was his publicist, and anybody who is somebody like that's publicist gets to see them at their worst.
And without a word, he simply took the sacks of groceries and headed back down the street, and I opened the apartment door, and he said, well, I'm going to live here now.
Although they were certainly a turbulent couple, let's say that they always made an effort not to be dull. I absolutely adored Pamela. Pamela looked like the snow princess. She had this white skin and this long natural red hair. And she would go on these brown rice and strawberry juice fasts to the point she was fainting. She looked divine. She would just knock herself out trying to decorate a place. Their place was very masculine, kind of Moroccan. She would fix him beautiful gourmet dinners, and then he wouldn't show up.
Jim was already sort of just rolling his way over West Hollywood through all the girls he could possibly get. Pamela was great because what she'd do is she'd throw all his clothes out the window, no matter how high up their window was. She'd throw everything, all his books. His books went out the window so many times.
He was out there picking up all the books, and Pamela said, shh, don't let him know we've seen him. No, that wouldn't be nice at all.
My eyes have seen you. My eyes have seen you. My eyes have seen you. Stand in your door. Meet inside. Show me some more. Show me some more. Show me some more.
With success came changes. The Doors were about to say farewell to the small clubs like The Scene.
The Scene operated out of a dingy New York City basement I once heard described as Death Valley with a cover charge. Robbie Krieger agrees.
It was like underground in a basement, and the sound wasn't too great because of the low ceiling, you know. The people would just absorb the sound in the first couple of rows, and if you sat in the back, you couldn't hear anything.
The Doors would never play The Scene again, but one muggy summer night over 20 years ago, Jim Morrison and Jimi Hendrix jammed.
Every morning,
That was the only time that Jim Morrison and Jimi Hendrix performed together. The song was I Woke Up This Morning and Found Myself Dead. We'll be right back with more never-before-broadcast performances with the Doors from the inside. Jack Holzman.
This is The Doors, from the inside. New Haven, Connecticut, the home of Yale University and Ivy League bastion.
Seemingly liberal, but unfortunately the following story illustrates how in this case the New Haven police weren't Ivy League, they were minor league. Ray Manzarek describes the sequence of events leading up to Jim Morrison being arrested on stage right in the middle of a song.
He was downstairs in the dressing room, and a cop walked in and said, clear this area, no one's allowed backstage. Get out of here, you kids. Jim said, I can stay backstage if I want. The cop said, you wise-ass little son of a... And he stuck that can of mace right in Jim's face and blasted him with it. And Jim went running out and came running back into the dressing room, and tears are streaming down his face.
Road manager Vince Traynor.
His face was swollen, he was hurting, he was in pain. He was incensed, and I think he was not about to let this issue die.
When the music's over, when the music's over here, when the music's over, turn up the lights, turn up the lights, turn up the lights. Yeah, yeah. When the music's over, when the music's over, when the music's over, turn up the lights, turn up the lights, turn up the lights. Put the music in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music's in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. 'Cause the music Cancel my subscription to the resurrection. Send my credentials to the house of detention. I got some friends inside. The face in the mirror won't stop. The girl in the window won't drop. A feast of friends, alive she cried, waiting for me outside. Before I sing into the big sleep, I want to hear the scream of the butterfly. Come back, baby, back into my arms. We're getting tired of hanging around. Waiting around with our heads to the ground. I hear a very gentle sound. Very near yet very far, very soft yet very clear. Come today, come today. What have they done to the earth? What have they done to our fair sister? Ravaged and plundered and ripped her and bit her, stuck her with knives in the side of the dawn, and tied her with fences and dragged her down. I hear a very gentle sound. With your ear down to the ground. We want the world and we want it. We want the world and we want it. Now.
And halfway through the set, he begins to tell the story. We're playing chunk, 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 da-da-da, chunk, chunk, chunk. And he said, let me tell you a story of what just happened to me here. And just a little while ago, right here in New Haven, right here in America, man. Some little blue man in this little blue hat, a little blue cop, maced me backstage. And I'm looking at him, oh, God, no, what is going to happen? I don't, Jim. But go ahead, man. Tell your story. When he just goes on and on, just baiting the cops. And eventually the cops just ran on stage and grabbed him.
Robbie Krieger.
I'm amazed he never got shot by a cop, in fact, because he used to taunt them.
The local law, granted they were baited, shamefully overreacted. 4 uniformed policemen dragged Jim off stage, beat him up, and arrested him.
We saw two cops, one on either side of Jim, holding his arms. In front, there was another cop actually punching him, slapping him.
Blood in the streets in the town of New Haven.
After they beat Jim up, they took him out to the parking lot. He fell as they were trying to stuff him into the police car, and they kicked him. They picked him up, threw him into the police car, and arrested the two photographers who got that on film. One from Life magazine. They were taken down to the station, and the police demanded the film, but the Life photographer said, you touch this film and I'll see you in the Supreme Court. These people got him dead to rights. Jim being brutalized by two cops while he was held by two more. A shameful incident.
All charges against Jim Morrison were dropped within hours of his being wrongfully arrested. The next issue of Life magazine featured an 8-page story on the incident, complete with Yvonne Chabrer's telling photos.
Hi, this is Robbie Krieger, and you are listening to The Doors from the Inside.
In August of 1969, history was made on a farm in upstate New York. The Woodstock Music and Art Fair became the symbol of a generation. Now, due to overwhelming demand, the producers of the Woodstock Festival are offering a limited quantity of the original tickets from this landmark event in mint condition.
It's a free concert from now on.
Here's your chance to own a piece of rock history. These are the rare actual tickets to Woodstock, printed back in the summer of '69, complete with a 20th anniversary commemorative poster. Hundreds of dollars have been paid at auction for these collector's items, but for this exclusive radio offer, they're yours for only $35 each plus shipping. Whether you were there or wish you were, call 1-800-227-3800 today. Credit cards accepted. Call 1-800-227-3800 or see the ad in Music Express, available at your local Sam Goody or Musicland store.